Okay, so here's my World War II helmet liner. I bought it yesterday from a gun store I always visit. This specific gun store always has like World War II surplus, and they usually have, well, it's a gun store, but they have a lot of really old firearms. I think he actually had some Springfields. I'm not sure if he had any M1 Grands, but it's a really cool place. But anyway, he kind of sells like surplus. Um, just World War II, Korean War, Vietnam kind of surplus, really old stuff. And I was digging around his stuff and I found this helmet liner. Or, yeah, helmet liner. But the thing about this helmet liner, well, on the positive side, this is the outer shell is pretty cool. I mean, it has its OD paint on it, and it has, a decal on it. I don't know what that decal belongs to, what unit, but overall it's got a lot of character to it. On the downside, as you can see, the liner is very nice. However, I'm planning on restoring this liner. It's not, restoration on these liners, it's not too difficult. It's just a lot of elbow grease, I suppose. Um, a lot of these, I can tell that these rivets are brass because they're all actually copper. No, I think it's brass. My bad. Because they're all green and stuff. Um, which sucks because I'm gonna get some sandpaper and sand them down. Hopefully, not damage the fabric. That's always difficult. Cool side. It's nap strap, I believe. Actually has markings on it. Um, Let me see. Let me look at it real quick. Well, it's a size medium, and I can't seem to find a date on it. But overall, pretty cool. But what really caught my eye was the sweatband. Sweatband isn't really crusty condition, and I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering, why did you buy this? But there's a lot of potential to this. It's really hard to see, but there's a lot of potential to this. Um, the nap strap, or not the nap strap, the sweat sweatband, my bad, can easily be, I guess, greased up and made, I guess, smooth again. Um, this thing seems to be very fragile, so I'm gonna be using this shoe grease that I bought for my boondockers. This is just kind of what I have on hand, and I used it on other things other than my boondockers, and it's actually really softened up leather. So I'm going to be using this to kind of clean up this sweatband and make it more usable, I suppose. Because in this condition, it's honestly like a shell, if that makes sense. You know, I don't want to mess with it too much because it's probably gonna crack. So I really want to just add the shoe grease to it. Honestly, it's the shoe grease is just a conditioner, you know, kind of like with lotion, like hand lotion. Leather is really the same thing as your hands, for what I've been told. But yeah, this is just my World War II liner. I paid $60 for it. I don't know if I already said that. Um, Not an amazing deal, but still pretty good considering sweatbands are either really expensive. Actually, they're really rare to find, and they're really expensive. And I was thinking about buying a reproduction, but I'm trying to stick to, I guess, original stuff when I can. But yeah, I bought this, and I'm pretty happy with it. Um, wow, I still have a lot of space. Okay, so um, I guess I'll be going over some of the other stuff that I bought uh, from the gun store. I guess on like a side thing. Um, I bought this. I believe it's called a P44 cap. It's my size, which I was really happy. And the only thing that's kind of a negative is the EGA is kind of gone. But I mean that's fine, I suppose. Let's see, size large is pretty rare. I can never find size large on eBay. It's always, I think, like extra large or like small, you know. But this one isn't really too faded. It's got a lot of color to it, and probably gonna be using this, or most likely I will be using this for World War II and I guess Korea. I don't know if they use these in World War II, not World War II, Vietnam, but I might use this for my Vietnam impression. But yeah, so there's that. Here's my 197th, 196th patch. That's what I meant to say. If you guys are unsure, the 197 or 196 was actually the last, I believe, infantry unit to leave Vietnam. I think in 1972, 73. Yeah, and so I was honestly thinking about doing an impression video on the 196. The 196 has actually been to like in Vietnam, I believe, the longest out of any infantry unit. Like they were there in like 66 all the way to, 72. But yeah, I think them and the First Cavalry. But this a lot of this is just on the top of my head. And then I guess a little bit of like a special piece, special but not special in a way. It's special because you can. This is a shelter half. This is a 42 dated shelter half, and what makes it pretty special is that it's kayaki, and these are extremely rare to find. You always find them, OD green, or you always find World War II shelter halves, OD green, or just kind of post-war stuff. So it's really hard to find these kayaki shelter halves, and they usually had these. The Marines had these early war, but they were swapped out for the what's it called, the frog skin camoed shelter halves. But I might do an early war impression. I'm not entirely sure, but it's a big maybe. I'm really happy that I got this. I was honestly afraid that it was like a French, it was like a European thing or something like that. But this one's 42 dated. I can't think of the maker, but yeah, I'm pretty happy for having this. They're really rare, and I can never find them on eBay. But yeah, that's just some of the stuff I bought in the past few days. I have bought a lot more other stuff for my Marine impression. Let me know if you guys want to see that stuff. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later.